Folklore says that every mushroom is edible, but some only once. To know the nutritious from the poisonous kind, you can enroll in a course at the University of the Orange Free State. Or, far more easily, ask this man.
Gary, the mushroom guru. Finally, I found you. It was quite a walk to get here.
Yes, mushroom spots are sacred. And they're normally hidden deep in the forests. You've got to basically get up early to find your spot. And I've been here for 3 or 4 hours looking around, and I'm glad you found me.
Well, I don't suppose you'll help me forage for fungi.
Easily. You need a basket?
Yes.
I'll give you your first mushroom.
Thank you.
And let's go. Let's go on that way.
Okay.
The season starts after the first big rains in winter rainfall areas like the Cape. If the sun comes out soon after, then around pine, oak and some conifer forests, the damp and warmth create a humidity which mushrooms love.
Oh, take a load of that. It is huge.
What you want to do, you want to put your hand under the cap and then just find the stalk and then slowly tug on the stalk.
I've never seen a mushroom this big, but this is like a big sponge.
This is a few days old. His polypore's gone green already, as opposed to the others which are either yellowish or whitish.
But is he still good to eat when he's green?
They make a risotto out of the white polypore. Oh. I take the green and I dry it out in the sun, and then when it's dry I put it into my coffee grinder and blend it up into a powder, which I use as a garnish. This you can also cook by breaking into pieces about that size, dipping it in flour and deep frying it until it's crispy. It's a great delicacy and it's full of flavour.
You're going to have to teach me how to do that later.
Smell.
Oh, good. I love mushrooms.
After 3 careers in diving, running a pub in Greece, then IT, Gary got burnt out, became a stay-at-home dad, and that's when he crossed paths with these delights.
Well, we certainly did score a great load of mushies. I mean, there's so many mushrooms in this basket, there's not much room for anything else. Okay, where do I start? Garlic.
You go for the garlic and I will wipe these down.
Ooh, beautiful. So how did you become the mushroom guru? I mean, where did it all start for you?
It began when I went up into this forest with my dogs, and I just happened to be in mushroom season, and I found wild mushrooms, and I wanted to know what they were. So I went to the libraries, took out all the different mushroom books, and I found that this one is called A Mushroom Hunter's Delight, the old Boletus edulis, or the Cep, or porcini. And from there, it was a love affair.
If I had to be rummaging in the forest by myself, how would I know the difference between an edible mushroom and a poisonous one? Because that's quite important.
If you go out in the Western Cape, into the forests, find a mushroom which has got sponge in it, as opposed to gills under the caps. All mushrooms in the Western Cape with a polypore sponge is edible. And I put about 4 tablespoons of olive oil over the top of this lot.
Garlic, olive oil, I mean, this is just heaven.
Put salt on because the salt basically gives it a bit of flavoring. You'll find that mushrooms are flavoursome, but they don't bring out the flavour as much if you don't have the salt on them.
But mushrooms shrink, don't they, when you cook them?
They definitely shrink. It's 98% water.
But this is basically calorie-free.
That's lovely. It's diet food.
I love it. There you go.
Okay, let's put them in the oven.
Al presto.
Now, 25 minutes in the oven at 200 degrees, and we're ready for breakfast.
What happens if you want to get your hands on fresh mushrooms, but you don't have access to a forest?
So glad you asked. Come, let me show you.
Okay.
If Gary is the authority on foraging mushrooms, then Craig Fourie knows how to cultivate them. Together, they've engineered a tested solution for taking samples from the forest and growing your own at home.
So what is going on here?
I am inoculating an oak log with shiitake downs.
That sounds incredible. Why?
Okay, well, if you don't have a forest and you need to grow your own mushrooms, you can grow them at home.
Okay, will you teach me?
Absolutely. Okay, we're going to drill a few holes and we're going to put in some dowels and then we're going to wax it closed. And after a few months, this is what you get.
Oh, that is fantastic. Once this has bared fruit, will it continuously bear fruit?
Absolutely. This log will give you fruit for the next 4 years.
That is amazing. Okay, let's get awesome. Mushrooming.
For a family of 4, 3 logs will do the trick. Softwoods like pine won't last, so use a hardwood like oak.
So now what do we put in these holes?
Now let me show you.
What are these? Just little wooden bits?
Well, these are wooden dowels. These are made out of beech, and what we do is we soak them in water overnight. We pressure cook them so that they're sterilized, and then we grow mycelium on them so that we can use them to transfer the mycelium into the log. How easy is that?
Yeah, this is great. I can totally do this by myself.
We use wood as a mallet.
Yeah.
We use wood because the steel actually shocks the dowel. And that shock makes the mushroom want to grow. So we don't want it to grow beforehand. We want it to first permeate the log and then let it grow. There you go. And to show you just how to finish it off, we're going to use the wax and we're going to seal the holes. The reason why we put the wax on is because insects and bugs and mice, they love the mycelium. So if we seal it off, then they don't smell it. And also we don't get water inside and outside contaminations getting inside.
All right, so in the shade, it's growing, all happy. Well, let's leave this for after breakfast.
Awesome.
Smells too good to
does,
wait.
The porcini and poplar volitas they've found in the forest are best cooked on high heat to release their flavour. They pack quite a health kick too.
I know that mushrooms are anti-calorie, but how healthy are they for you?
Cultivated mushrooms, shiitakes, oysters, rishis, you can basically cure cancer, you can break down cholesterol, you can decrease your blood pressure, just to name three off the top of my head. You can do a Google search on mushroom healing properties and you'll be surprised what you find. The most Googled fungi on the internet is Reishi, Reishi. That's the most Googled fungi because it's got so many great properties about it.
Well, here's to a healthy lifestyle. These really are magic little mushrooms growing in the forest, and they taste really good too.
Gary and Craig supply spawn, cultures and do workshops so you know which mushrooms to pick. Get all the details on their excellent site at topbilling.com.